Teachers today need to remember that they are the leader in the classroom, and our students are our followers. And those followers, our students, come to us every day with 3 questions. 1, they wonder, do you bring something of substance? In addition to being prepared, I think dressing as professionally as we can afford, teachers also must make it challenging. And to make it challenging might be one of the biggest challenges in our job. In one class, sitting side by side, we have 2 students afforded incredible opportunities. One young lady might be dropped off 12 feet from the school. She might have 10 universities that she can attend. And she sits next to a young man who has the opportunity to work until 2 o'clock so he can support his family. And that same student also drops his brother off at school before walking himself to school. These students have vastly different challenges, and how they learn and what they expect of us every day are vastly different. We have to know how to challenge them as teachers. The second thing that our students ask, can I trust you? In addition to making our classrooms welcoming spaces, teachers have to remember, never can we use sarcasm in the classroom. Now, I have to admit that sarcasm is hilarious to me. I used to get most of my news from The Daily Show, and I get it. I was raised in a home of brothers and sisters that used sarcasm to challenge each other. But the other side of that sarcasm is that it's not witty or charming or all those things I thought I was when I was a young teacher. Sarcasm is mean and demeaning and confusing. It's not like a joke that the student doesn't get. Simply the student feels lost from you. They don't feel safe. And I don't think any teacher has that in their mission statement, to be mean and demeaning to students. I think we all intend to be safe and create a place where our students can feel free to be creative and to be right or wrong. The third thing that our followers, our students, ask of us, and this is the most important question, do you care for me as a human being? We have a choice every day in every decision. If it comes between being right or being kind, we must always choose kind. Now, many of us might remember our kindergarten classroom, or we might be blessed to still get to teach there, when every student would raise their hand for any opportunity. Let's take out the trash, let's be the line leader, let's clean the restrooms, and more hands will go up for the restrooms. And then we're fortunate that by middle school, maybe half of our students still raise their hand. That's lucky. And by high school, very few of our students still have the courage to be wrong or right in front of their peers. Few of them still have the courage to be creative in front of their peers. And so our job is to encourage them, to give them courage. Now, I was fortunate for a brief part of my teaching career that I had a very courageous student, Zach, who would answer any question and who was wrong most of the time. Now, Zach, fortunately, continued to have that courage. And when he would raise his hand, I had the choice to say that, Zach, you're wrong. But instead, Zach and I would lead each other through his answer. And sometimes, it turned out Zach was right. I just didn't see it his way. I was asking the wrong question. Sometimes Zach figured it out. He was kind of off the mark. And that's okay too. I never had to be right. I only had to be kind. And what I did was encourage, to give courage, not to Zach, he had plenty, but to his friends around him, so that they could feel safe to be right or be wrong in front of their peers. Shelby was 15 when she came to my office. And at this point, I taught Shelby since she was 11. As many music teachers get to do, we get to loop with our students from middle into high school. Some I get to teach for 7 years in a row. And Shelby, I knew, had a serious conversation. She said, Mr. Marcus, I'm pregnant. And right away, it's still funny to me, and I don't regret it, but I said, Shelby, congratulations. This might be the most important thing that you do. And here we are. Shelby has a beautiful 8-year-old daughter. And I'm pretty sure so far it is the most important thing she's done. The way she has brought that child into the world, the way she's raised her. It's just gets you. And when Shelby and I walked out of the office, after a big hug and a good cry, I saw her peers. And I didn't see this really good bass player. Chase was his name. And I didn't see this viola player who still needs some work, who thinks he's better than he really is. And I didn't see this young lady who just scored a 36 on the ACT. I just saw kids that just need us to care every day. And every time I tell this story, more kids are in that story. Kids that never would have known Shelby from the class of 2003 and the class of 2017. Every day they come to us, and they don't care how much we know. They want to know how much we care. Thank you.